that is, they can produce the desired output. In management literature, you perhaps encounter two terms. One is effective, another is efficiency. These two terms are very common in all business affairs or matters, and that's why we frequently use these two terms, effectively, efficiently. Effective means producing the desired result, ability to produce the desired result, that is doing the right thing. বলা হয় যে জিনিসটা আমার করা দরকার আমি সেই জিনিসটা করতে পারি, এটাকে বলা হয় যে ইফেক্টিভ। অ্যান্ড এফিসিয়েন্সি, ইট refers to the ability to accomplish any task or process or any job with minimum resources, minimum time, with minimum efforts, and that is doing things right. অর্থাৎ দুটা এখানে তিনটা ওয়ার্ড দিয়ে আমরা ইফেক্টিভ এন্ড এফিসিয়েন্সি কে এক্সপ্লেইন করি। যে ইফেক্টিভনেস ইজ কনসার্নড উইথ ডুইং রাইট থিংস and efficiency is concerned with doing things right. অর্থাৎ সঠিকভাবে করা। সঠিকভাবে করা মানে যে you are using the minimum resources, utilizing minimum resources, কম রিসোর্স দিয়ে কম সময়ে এবং কম এফোর্টের মধ্যে দিয়ে যদি আমরা একটা রেজাল্ট পেতে পারি তাহলে সেটাকে আমরা বলি যে ইট ইজ এফিশিয়েন্ট। আর আমরা যে জিনিসটা পেতে চাচ্ছি আমরা যদি সেটাই পাই, ইফ উই গেট দ্যাট ডিজায়ার্ড রেজাল্ট অর আউটকাম, উই কল ইট বিং ইফেক্টিভ। অ্যান্ড ম্যানেজমেন্ট রিকোয়ার্স বোথ effective and efficiency. If you are effective but not efficient, you are not productive. Or if you are efficient but you are not effective or less effective, that is, you can accomplish a job within very short time and all, but you cannot finish the job. So you are efficient but not effective. So you require to be both effective and efficient, and this effectiveness and efficiency implies the operational excellence. And operation, when it is performing in both effective and efficient way, and all the processes are done in this way, then we can say that organization is excellent, and it allows a firm to be more productive and to be more profitable, and also to attain some other objectives. So our chapter 9, 10, 11 and 12, these four chapters are written on these applications of information systems in business, and how these applications help the organizations to be efficient and effective, in a sense to be excellent. And chapter 9 objectives, if you look at this, how do enterprise systems help business achieve operational excellence? This is first. This enterprise system, actually it is, or alternatively it is popularly known as ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. And how this ERP system help organization to be effective, efficient, and ultimately attaining operational excellence. The second one, how do supply chain management systems coordinate planning, production, and logistics with suppliers? This is called SCM, Supply Chain Management. And number 3, how do customer relationship management systems help firms achieve customer intimacy? Customer intimacy, now it is the utmost priority of the organization. That is, you must have a customer focused business, and this customer focused business, its main theme is that you build a customer intimacy. That means you will have a loyal customers, and these loyal customers will buy your product, and because of their loyalty a company will be able to sustain long time in the market with meeting all its expectations. I mean, making profit. And that's why, while we define the competitive advantage, we prioritize with the first ability of being competitive advantage is that ability to attract and please the customers. আমরা কিন্তু কম্পিটিটিভ অ্যাডভান্টেজ পড়াতে গিয়ে সবার আগে বলেছিলাম যে কাস্টমারকে আকৃষ্ট করা এবং কাস্টমারকে সন্তুষ্ট করা, এটাই হলো যে কাস্টমার ইন্টিমেসি। and this customer intimacy is ensured with the application of CRM, customer relationship management. And fourth one, what are the uh, challenges that enterprise application pose and how are enterprise applications taking advantage of new technology? Actually, this is an overall assessment of these three types of applications along with other enterprise application. Other than this, actually in this chapter, in chapter number 9, you will find the three major applications, information systems in business. One is ERP or enterprise system. Another is supply chain management system, SCM, and another is enterprise customer relationship management, CRM. And also along with this application, there are some other applications like KMS, knowledge management system. So all these systems are not full guarantee or panacea for operational excellence or gaining competitive advantage. In many cases, we see these applications fail to produce the desired outcome. যেগুলো অ্যাপ্লিকেশন করা মানেই যে একেবারে একটা প্রতিষ্ঠান অপারেশনাল এক্সেলেন্স একদম শীর্ষে উঠে যাবে, there is no such guarantee, because in most cases and in more than 55% cases we have research findings that the ERP or SCM or CRM system failed, and we have to identify those reasons. Okay, so these are our learning objective. Last one is how MIS help my career. Actually, it is a generalized objective. At the end of all chapters, you will encounter this, and this chapter begins with a vignette, and that is about a company, an American beauty product company, Avon. You know, Avon, it is famous for cosmetics, other beauty products, and also along with product line, it has many other product like apparels. And this company has a record of 130 years business record, and it sells across 143 countries in the global market, and its yearly sales volume is $8 billion. But this company had some problem with respect to its many operational matters like inventory management, customer information, or supply relationship. And that company introduced their business application. I mean, they introduced a software that was ZDA, and this software helped the company to gain the benefits of enterprise resource planning. So this is the opening vignette, and this vignette shows the importance of applying these various applications. So now we are going to start with our major topics that already I discussed, that these are the learning objectives. And in the chapter, there are some cases. Avon beautifies his supply chain. This is one. The Somabe prospects with ERP in cloud. This is one. And Kenya Airways flies high with customers, relationship management, and Claremont Food Group delivers with new enterprise applications. So these are some real life applications of these business systems.
স্যার,
হ্যালো।
স্যার ক্লাসটা কাইন্ডলি রেকর্ড করলে একটু সুবিধা হতো স্যার আমাদের।
ওকে, সো এখন থেকে তাহলে আমি রেকর্ড
থ্যাংক ইউ
করছি।
স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, তাহলে
স্যার
রেকর্ডিং
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
শুরু করবো এখন। হ্যাঁ,
স্যার
ওকে।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম।
স্যার বিনয় পাল বলছিলাম স্যার, ডেকেছিলেন আমাকে
হ্যাঁ,
স্যার,
না ওই যে
ফোন ডিস্টার্ব করছে তো।
হ্যাঁ, না ঠিক আছে। না না, এটা ওই শুরুতে বলছিলাম যে আপনাদের অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট টপিক নিয়ে কারো কোনো কার কি টপিক আছে সেইটার জন্য জিজ্ঞাসা করেছি। হ্যাঁ,
আচ্ছা
স্যার
আহ,
স্যার আমি তো স্যার কথা বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম স্যার।
কে বলতে চাচ্ছেন? হ্যালো।
স্যার সাইফ রহমান চৌধুরী স্যার।
সাইফ রহমান চৌধুরী। ওকে, সাইফ রহমান চৌধুরী, হ্যাঁ বলুন, কি প্রবলেম বলুন।
স্যার স্যার আমি স্যার কোভিড পজিটিভ থাকার কারণে স্যার আমি লাস্ট ক্লাসটা করতে পারিনি স্যার।
হ্যাঁ,
যার কারণে স্যার আমি অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট নিয়ে স্যার আমার একটু আইডিয়াটা কম স্যার। আমি স্যার কেমনে অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা করব?
না
আর
এটা তো অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট, কিন্তু আপনাদেরকে এটাকে আমি সবার কাছে ইয়ে দিয়ে দিয়েছি,
জি
একটা
স্যার।
ফাইল ফরওয়ার্ড করে দিয়েছি, যার যার মানে এগেইনস্টে, প্রত্যেকের নামের এগেইনস্টে, আইডির এগেইনস্টে কিন্তু একটা টপিক আছে।
জি স্যার।
আপনার টপিকটা কি আপনি বলুন।
জি স্যার আমার টপিকটা হলো স্যার সাপ্লাই চেইন ম্যানেজমেন্ট অ্যাজ এ সোর্স অফ কম্পিটিটিভ অ্যাডভান্টেজ।
এটা এই এই কন্টেন্ট আজকে আলোচনা হবে। হুম,
জি
এটা এই
স্যার।
চ্যাপ্টার 9 থেকে এটা দেওয়া। ঠিক আছে,
জি স্যার।
আপনার এটা খুবই ভেরি ভেরি সিম্পল টপিক অ্যান্ড ভেরি widely discussed topic. খুব ডিফিকাল্ট না। So it is very simple topic. The supply chain management, it is an application, and this application helps organization to integrate and connects all these suppliers and the tiers of suppliers. কারণ অনেক সময় সাপ্লায়ার ও সাপ্লায়ার থাকে, ধরেন যে some suppliers they are collecting or from the peasants or farmers, agro item, ধরেন যেমন ধরেন কটন, it is these cotton are grown by the peasants, I mean farmers, and from farmers these are collected by one group of suppliers, and these suppliers sell them to another group of suppliers, and these suppliers in fact sell them to a factory, to a company that is manufacturing in a textile goods. তো এখানে এই যে এতগুলো টায়ার অফ সাপ্লায়ার, সব সাপ্লায়ারকে আপনি যদি কানেক্ট করতে পারেন তাহলে এটা ইট উইল গিভ ইউ মেনি অ্যাডভান্টেজ, এবং সেই অ্যাডভান্টেজ একটা হলো যে ইউ উইল বি অলওয়েজ ahead of your competitors in manufacturing and distributing goods. So supply chain management এটা আর প্লাস এই বইয়ের পাশাপাশি you take help from O'Brien's textbook. In O'Brien's textbook it is more elaborately discussed compared to this Loudon textbook. So
আমার স্যার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল স্যার, মানে
স্যার আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
কত পেজের অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা হবে
আচ্ছা,
বা
এটা আমরা আমাদের লেকচারটা শেষ করে আমরা শেষ সেশনে এট দ্য লাস্ট leg of this session I will discuss regarding this. এবার এটা নিয়ে গতদিনের কথা হয়েছে। হ্যাঁ, তো আমরা প্রয়োজন আজকে আমাদের ক্লাসের শেষ দিকে আমরা এসে আলোচনা করব। ঠিক আছে,
স্যার। আর স্যার আমি স্যার যে ক্লাস মিস করেছি স্যার, ওটার জন্য কি স্যার?
ওটার জন্য তো কিছু মার্ক কমবে আপনার, যেহেতু অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স একটা বিষয় আছে, অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স মার্কিং একটা আমাদের ইয়ে আছে। হ্যাঁ,
আমি স্যার হসপিটালাইজ থাকার কারণে স্যার আমি
ঠিক আছে, আপনার বিষয়টা আমরা দেখবো, খুব সফটলি দেখবো, অসুবিধা নেই। আপনি নাও ইউ get ready for final exam and also submit your assignment.
ইনশাআল্লাহ স্যার। থ্যাংক
Okay.
ইউ স্যার।
So now, actually, before starting these various types of information systems application, here in an uh, it is an overview of various application systems in business and how they are supporting an organization in connecting their customers, suppliers, their employees, their business partners, and also their internal operations. And this is taken from O'Brien's textbook, Enterprise Application Architecture. Actually, it is an overview, and this overview shows that an organization, it has customers, but it looks for customers because customers are its main source of its revenue. If customers purchase its goods, then the firm will make profit, and with these customers the firm is making it an intimate relationship or an intimacy, and that intimate relationship or customer intimacy can be created by using this application that is called customer relationship management, that mainly supports a firm its marketing activities, in sales activities, and its service activities. On the other hand, the firm is to maintain a very partnering and profiteering relationship with its suppliers, because suppliers supply all necessary production inputs, including materials, accessories, information flows, services. And with the custom suppliers, the firm is to maintain a very close relationship, and that relationship must be a win-win relationship, that is, both the firm and the suppliers will be profitable, and these suppliers are linked with the organization with a application, and that application is called supply chain management. And this supply chain management helps the organization in the sourcing and procuring of raw materials and other resources. And organization, it has employees, and these employees in the contemporary digital age, actually they are contributing their knowledge basically, and they are called actually knowledge workers. So from knowledge workers, an organization seek its knowledges, productive knowledges from these employees or knowledge workers, and to gain these productive knowledges from the employees or its knowledge workers, it requires an application, and that application is called the knowledge management system. And this knowledge management system supports an organization's collaboration and decision support. On the other hand, the organization has many other stakeholders, and these stakeholders, one of the stakeholders is its various partners. Partners means its investment partners, business development partners, promotion partners, transportation, distribution partners, and with these partners, organizations are to build a very beneficial relationship, and this relationship is enhanced by the partner relationship management, which is called PRM. And in the contemporary digital era, actually, this PRM and SCM, these two are now merged together almost. অনেক ক্ষেত্রে এখন এই দুইটা মানে সাপ্লাই চেইন ম্যানেজমেন্টের মধ্যে কিন্তু পার্টনার রিলেশন ম্যানেজমেন্টটাকে আজকাল ইনক্লুড করে দিয়েছে। And the organization, within the organization, it performs or carries various functional activities, including the finance, operations, marketing, human resources. These are main enterprise functions, commonly in almost all types of business enterprises. These activities are common. The finance is a common, because organization must raise funds or capital. Second, it is another functional area, that is production or operations, and this production and operations department manufactures the goods or assemble the goods and make them deliverable state for the marketing department, and marketing department promotes the goods or service of the company, is contact the customers and gain the order, sales order, receive sales order, processing the sales order, and delivering goods to the customers, and thereby generating revenue. And human resource management, this is another vital department in almost all large and medium scale enterprises, where these people are the HR department. It is actually mainly engaged in the selection of employees, training of employees, and also deployment of employees in various departments in response to their requirement for people. And also this HR department performs many other functions like uh, the performance appraisal function and the compensating function, and HR department performs many other important functions including the career counseling, uh, then disciplining or maintaining a congenial atmosphere in the organization through the industrial relations related activities. That's why HR activity now are becoming very uh, important in organization, because managing people, it is difficult task, and this managing people task is performed by this HR department. And all these internal activities are integrated by an application system, and that application system is called enterprise resource planning or enterprise system. So this is an overview, and this overview actually shows how all these application systems support an organization, and through the application of all these, the organizations are becoming more agile. Agile means very much prompt in performing their processes, and also serving their customers, maintaining contact with their suppliers, partners, employees, and internal processes. So this architecture just shows how all these systems are working in the organization. And now we shall discuss the major three applications in this chapter. And this chapter includes, the first one is enterprise system. So enterprise system, or it is popularly known as ERP. It is also called enterprise resource planning ERP. It is a suite of integrated software modules and a common central database. And this application collects data from many divisions of firms for use in nearly all of firms' internal business activities. As I mentioned, that an organization, the traditional organization, all the functional departments are totally, they are uh, compartmentalized. Compartment in the sense that the marketing department, it has a marketing domain. Operations department, it is totally separate department. Finance is a totally separate department. The HR is a totally separate department. So this department in the uh, manual system or in the traditional way, they their interdepartmental coordination is a separate job, and that requires long time. But with the application of this enterprise system, now one application system become cross-functional system, that is, it crosses all the functional departments boundary and coordinate all these functional activities by using a central database. And information entered in one process is immediately available for other processes. For example, if marketing department receives a sales order, and this sales order is a huge order, large size order, maybe, and after a long efforts, actually marketing department managed to gain this order, and this order, upon receiving this order, it will be notified instantly to all the other functional department, like the production or operations department. The production operations department, it now it is to assemble or it is to process these products to make them in a deliverable state. The HR department will know how many people it is to deploy in the production and other department to support this large sales order. And finance department, that will be also involved in raising funds or managing the cash flows of these activities. So one event, a large sales order, and it simultaneously affects all the functional department. And if it is done manually using the traditional system of reporting, then it takes long time to report all this to various departments. The marketing department will prepare a few copies of its sales order, and these sales order are to be sent to various concerned department. The concept of CC, আমরা যেটা ব্যবহার করতাম যে কার্টিসি কপি, সিসি টু অল কনসার্ন, যেটা কিন্তু আগে চলে আসতো ম্যানুয়ালি, এখন সেটা একটা অর্ডার রিসিভ করলে that will be sent to the central database, and from the central database marketing department send this data. Now production department, HR department, finance department, and other relevant department all will have this data, and accordingly they will do their job so that they can deliver this order in promised time. And that is the function of the enterprise resource plan. That is, it coordinates all functional departments activities. Under the traditional system, it takes long time to do this coordination, but in the digital era, through the application of ERP, now it becomes a real-time coordination. So whenever the transaction occurs or the event occurs, instantly it is it comes to the knowledge of all concerned people, and accordingly they can do their jobs. So this is the functional part of the enterprise resource planning. And this enterprise resource planning, if we define it, we can define it in this way. So it is a cross-functional enterprise system. Cross-functional, as I mentioned, the one system that crosses the boundaries of all the concerned functional department, that act as the backbone of the business processes. Business processes, all the activities within these various departments are called processes. And a business farm now, it is a summation of thousands or millions of processes. এটাকে আমরা বলি আজকে বিজনেস মানে হলো তার ভিতরে প্রসেসে এক একটা কাজকে আমরা একটা প্রসেস বলছি। আমার প্রসেস কনসেপ্ট হলো এই যে when an activity can be identified as some inputs being processed and some outputs are generated, and that will be a process. And this ERP system acts as the backbone of all these processes, and it is using an integrated suite of software modules, and mainly SAP and many other Oracle. They are providing these softwares, and that supports the basic internal business processes and facilitates business supplier and customer information flow. So this is the definition of the ERP. And this ERP system, it has the software, and this software is built around thousands of predefined business processes that reflect best practices. And it supports mainly the four functional department: finance or accounting in their general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and also other finance and accounts activities. It supports the human resources, that is the personal administration, payroll, etc. It supports the manufacturing or production department in purchasing, shipping activities. Sales or marketing department mainly support in their order processing. Order processing means receiving orders, accepting the orders, and confirmation of the order to the customer. Your order is received and we shall deliver in due time. And billing, sales planning, etc. So basically, The enterprise system or the ERP system supports these four functional activities of the department. One is finance and accounts. Another is human resource department, the manufacturing and production department, and sales and marketing department. Actually, uh, these departments traditionally operate as independent department, and if they are to contact with other departments, they are to follow the formal procedures of communication. But now this digital era allows firms to overcome this structural barrier by introducing this application. স্ট্রাকচারাল ব্যারিয়ার বলতে আমরা এই যে এখানে আগের নিয়ম কানুন, মার্কেটিং ডিপার্টমেন্টের হেড একটা কোন একজন মার্কেটিং সেলস এর কোন একজন সেলস ডিপার্টমেন্টের ধরেন একজন এক্সিকিউটিভ, সে অর্ডারটা রিসিভ করলো। এই অর্ডারটা সে মানে বাই ফলোইং দ্য ফর্মাল প্রসিডিউরস ইট ইজ টু বি নোটিফাইড টু দ্য হেড অফ দ্য মার্কেটিং, দেন হেড অফ দ্য মার্কেটিং উইল send it to various other functional heads like production heads, HR heads. Then the production heads will notify it to the concerned personnel in the production department. So it is traditional, and this formal procedure based communication or coordination is called the structural coordination, and it has some obstacles or barriers. But these traditional structural barriers are overcome by this enterprise application system. And to implement, firms select functions of system they wish to use and map business processes to software process. Actually, these enterprise application or ERP system, it is fully integrated or partially integrated. So that depends on an organization's requirement. There are many organizations who use fully integrated ERP system that covers all these functional departments. But there are some organizations, they are using the partial ERP system just to support some of their internal business functional department like finance or marketing or HR. এটা অনেক প্রতিষ্ঠান সবটা করে না because this ERP software is very costly and many firms cannot afford to bear this costly software for integrating all of their internal processes. That's why the many organizations, they initially they are selective. They select some of their functions and also they map the business processes to software processes and use software's configuration table for customizing it. And here, if you look at this diagram shows how this enterprise system work. This enterprise system, as I mentioned, that it is an integrated software suite with a central database. So this central database, it stores all data relevant to various functional departments like the sales and marketing department. And sales and marketing department, the most common data related to their orders, to their sales forecast, to their return requests, to their price changes, or also to their other marketing activities. As you know, marketing deals with product, price, promotion, and distribution. যে এই সবগুলো রিলেভেন্ট ডাটা সেখানে থাকবে। The finance and accounts, it is mainly its measured data relevant with the financial data, and they are cash on hand, account receivable, customer credit information, or revenue record, even expense record, all. And the human resource, it has a record of hours work, how many hours people work, and on the basis of these hours work, actually, the wages and salaries are determined. The labor cost, their job skills, and this job skills record identifies various workers' specialty or specialization or their records of job performance, and on the basis of this, actually, a firm can evaluate the employees' performance and also can deploy people in various activities. The কে কোন কাজে স্কিল, সেই স্কিলের বেসিসে তাকে সেই কাজের জন্য তারা ডিপ্লয়মেন্ট দেয়। And manufacturing and production, mainly it is engaged in the production of goods or generation of services, and it has many information like their materials information, their production schedules, their shipment dates, their production capacity, and their purchase records or procurement records, sourcing records. Now, this traditionally, actually, all these functions work independently, and when they are to communicate with others, they are to do it using the formal procedure of communication, and that is time consuming. But if you use this software and all functional departments activities, whenever it occurs in the real time, that data will be recorded and data will be stored with their central database. So from the central database, it can be accessed by other departments, and accordingly those departments can get ready or get prepared for doing their immediate jobs. So this is all about the functioning of the ERP system, and this ERP system has immense value to the business in the contemporary world. And if an organization is widely it is dispersed, it has many departments and they are located in different situations, and in the global context, if it has different plants in different countries, and in that case, actually, ERP is a must. And the main business value that is created by the ERP system include: number one, it increases operational efficiency. Efficiency term I explained earlier, it means doing jobs in the most righteous way so that you can manufacture it with minimum cost, with minimum time, or utilizing the minimum resources. And that efficiency is a precondition for a firm's success and enhancing its profitability. Second benefit or business value is provide firm wide information to support decision making. That is top management, mid-level managers, and operating level managers. All managers get the ready-made available information from their ERP database, central database, and they can make more realistic decision. Third, enable rapid response to customer requests for information or products. Obviously, with this ERP system, all customer queries, customer purchase order, or customer specification are readily available to the other managers, and include analytical tools to evaluate overall organizational performance. That is, within the software, there are some analytical tools, and these analytical tools help the firm to prepare their business evaluation report very quickly. And these are the benefits of business value or benefits of ERP system. So this is all about our. So in this part, you are to learn about what is ERP and what are the major ERP application areas. As you have learned that ERP applies to the production, the marketing, the HR, and finance. And also, if necessary, a firm can need many other functional departments. Now we are moving to our second application system, and the second application system is supply chain or supply chain management. Supply chain, it is evolved over the time. Once supply chain was only known as the logistic or procurement job. একসময় মনে করা হতো যে এটাকে লজিস্টিক কিংবা প্রকিউরমেন্ট বলা হতো, যে making the available resources at the time of need. But now the supply chain evolves as more than the traditional procurement or logistic functions. Now it encompasses all the networks of suppliers from the backward, in the forward, and also in the concurrent channel. Backward channel means a firm uh, procures the raw materials or other inputs from the suppliers, and the suppliers collect these raw materials or resources from other group of suppliers, and those group of suppliers may collect it from the growers or at the farm level or at the field level. So all these suppliers network is backward suppliers, and when the production is going on, and at the time of production processes, many supports are required. For example, a firm requires the support of updated information, market information, demand information, the transportation, logistics, and also the support of uh, warehouse facilities or the other supports or resources, and that is concurrent process. And when the goods are manufactured or finished, these goods are to be distributed, and these distribution activities actually are the forward channel supply chain activities. The traditional supply chain only refer to the backward channel, but the contemporary supply chain includes the network of all suppliers who are involved in the backward, in the forward, and also in the concurrent phases. So the network of all organizational processes for are known as the supply chain, and these processes are mainly engaged in procuring raw materials, transforming them into products, and distributing the products. So there are three phases, remember: backward, that is in the procurement of raw materials, then in the transformation phase, that is in the processing phase, and also in the distributing the products. And upstream supply chain, that is farms, suppliers, processes for managing relationship with them, and downstream supply chain, that is organizations and processes responsible for delivering products to customers. So now the supply chain, it is now more comprehensive than the traditional concept of supply chain. ট্রেডিশনাল কনসেপ্টে আমরা কিন্তু শুধু আপস্ট্রিমটা চিন্তা করতাম, পিছনে ব্যাকওয়ার্ড, and now both backward and forward, and this forward supply chain, it is downstream supply chain. And in the supply chain process actually, three important flows are occurring, remember. One is the material flow. You require various materials, basic raw materials, accessories, support raw materials. For example, in your book, the case of Nike is given. So Nike, it manufactures mainly the sports wares or athletics goods. Also, it is manufacturing uh, Nike shoes or caves. So in manufacturing all this, actually, they require basic raw materials. So it is the raw material flow. At the same time, they require some information flow. And information flow, that is when they are to produce, how much they are to produce, or what is the demand side of this. And also they require some service flow. So the supply chain normally involves three flows. One is material flow, another is information flow, another is support flow, and this service flow. And this service flow also includes the cash flow, because in the international supply chain, we see the many organizations now, they are raising fund from other countries in the global market where there is a cheap source of capital. And in that case, it is also a part of this supply chain flow. That's why now supply chain incorporates the most common backward support activity, forward support activity, and the concurrent or the processing support activities. And this supply chain here, the example is given here. It is the Nike supply chain. The Nike, it is the manufacturer of athletic wears, shoes, cares, and some other goods. And it has a tier of its suppliers. It has some contract suppliers, and these contract suppliers have their other suppliers, and these other suppliers also have various small suppliers or growers of the raw materials, and all these suppliers create a network of suppliers, and these goods are coming to the Nike plants where goods are their items, I mean their athletic wears or shoes or gears are manufactured there, and they are distributed through the country or through the global market through retailers or their customers. And in the entire process, actually, they require information about their capacity, their inventory level, their delivery schedule, their payment term, their order returns, request, orders, repair, service request, payment, etc. So this diagram shows the network of suppliers in the backward and in the forward, and in backward and forward actually require various flows of material, flows of information, and flows of services, including financial services. And information supply chain management, that is the supply chain management, it is an effective cross-functional enterprise system. And the supply chain is also cross-functional system, remember, because it is not only confined to the procurement job or purchasing job, traditional purchasing part. Now it uh, passes the enterprise plant level arena, and also the forward level. Various parties involved in the forward level, they are also involved with this. That's why it is cross-functional. And the information and supply chain management, it has some inefficient cut into a company's operating cost. They can waste up to 20 operating expenses. Just-in-time strategy components arrive as they are needed, and finished goods shipped after leaving assembly line. And safety stock, this is additional buffer stock for lack of flexibility in supply chain. Another is bullwhip effect. Bullwhip effect, actually, it is a tendency of the distortion of information in the various network nodes. In a supply chain, there are various nodes or labels of the suppliers, like the grower, the local traders, then the industrial buyer. The industrial buyer sell to the company. Then at the distribution level, there are also the distributors, there are wholesalers, retailers. And with all these parties, actually, if information has a tendency to be distorted. For example, if a farm wants to know about the demand situation and how much demand would be in the upcoming year, and from the retailer level to the wholesaler level to the distributor level, the information, when they are passing through these various levels, the information may be distorted. And this is very common in information flow in the manual channels. আমরা যদি ট্র্যাডিশনাল চ্যানেলে দেখি যে এটা যখন একজন থেকে আরেকজনের কাছে ইনফরমেশনটা আসে, সেখানে কিছু ডিস্টরশন হয়। মানে এই ডিস্টরশনটাই, এটাকে আমরা বলি পরবর্তীকালে, যেমন এটা আমরা আজকে দেখি ইন সোশ্যাল সাইটস দেয়ার আর মেনি রিউমার্স। হ্যাঁ, এই রিউমার্স গুলো কিন্তু আসলে এই ডিস্টরশনের ফল। এবং সামটাইম দিস রিউমার্স মে বি ভেরি মাচ catastrophic for a state, for a society. And you think about a business, and in case of business, this type of distortion will be very much dangerous. And this tendency of distortion of information passing through various levels is called bullwhip effect. So this bullwhip effect can be overcome, or the safety stock requirement can be minimized, or this just-in-time strategy that can be implemented now, or the efficiency in the operations process can be uh, improved. That is, this is going to overcome, and efficiency can be improved if a firm has the supply chain management system. And here it is a bullwhip effect, and this bullwhip effect actually in the various stages, in the upward and down, upstream, in the downstream level, the tendency of the distortion or filtering of information, মেসেজ ফিল্টারিং এবং ডিস্টরশন দুইটাই একসাথে হয়। অনেক সময় আমরা অনেক কথা কমিয়ে দিই, আবার ডিস্টরশন অনেক সময় এর মধ্যে অনেক কথা যোগ হয়, দুটাই হতে পারে। একটু প্লিজ আমি একটা 10 সেকেন্ডের জন্য একটু আছি। এই আলপনা, এদের আর কেউ সব কি ঘুমিয়ে রয়েছে? হ্যালো, ওয়েলকাম ব্যাক। হ্যাঁ, হ্যালো, শুনতে পাচ্ছেন তো আমার কথা? হ্যালো,
জি স্যার, শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
আচ্ছা, তাহলে আমরা এর প্রথমটা দেখলাম যেটা, সেটা হলো দ্যাট ওয়াজ আওয়ার enterprise resource planning. That main job is to integrate all functional activities and thereby improving their operational efficiency. And the supply chain, actually it is an application system that creates the network of all suppliers in the upstream and in the downstream level, and thereby a firm can get updated information about its product demand, inventory level, transportation, and many other activities. And this is also a software suite, and this software has two parts. One is the supply chain software has two important part. One is supply chain planning system, another is supply chain execution system. Actually, supply chain has another important part. A supply chain, a separate course is now offered in many MBA program, or in even in some undergraduate programs. Actually, there are three phases. One is the strategic decision about the supply chain. There are some important drivers in the supply chain, like how much capacity you are to install, how many warehouse you must have the arrangement for warehouses, or transportation, vehicles, or many other long-term decisions. Your capacity, location, where your facilities will be located, or how your facilities will be uh, arranged, that is layout planning. So all are, so here we are not talking about this. We are talking about the second part, that is supply chain planning. Supply chain management has three important areas, remember. One is the strategic decisions, another is the supply chain planning, another is supply chain execution. So the supply chain management software supports the firm in supply chain planning system and in supply chain execution system. And in the supply chain planning system, it has main activities include the model existing supply chain, that is developing the model for existing supply chain, demand planning, that is forecasting demand, then optimize sourcing manufacturing plans. Optimizing sourcing means identifying various sourcing options and from where you can source the raw materials or other resources that enable the farm to lower its sourcing cost and increase profitability.
স্যার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছি না আমরা।
ভাইয়া মেবি স্যারের ইন্টারনেট কোনো ইস্যু হয়েছে।
If the software has to
স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে না স্যার।
হ্যালো শোনা যাচ্ছে এখন? হ্যালো
এখন শোনা যাচ্ছে স্যার, এখন শোনা যাচ্ছে।
ওই আমার মাইক্রোফোনে একটু সমস্যা হয়ে গেছে, ঠিক আছে। তো তাহলে দুইটা, there are two parts. One is planning. Actually this planning include that strategic choices plus the planning phases, and execution actually managing the flow of the products through distribution centers and warehouses to the customers. Actually the supply chain now entails the entire activities from the sourcing to the end user point. And in this sourcing to the end user point, all the suppliers who are required to provide raw materials or provide some information and provide some services are part of the supply chain. Now, this supply chain, here is a case study, and this case study is about the Suma Bay. It is an Egyptian shore or beach where they have around 10 square kilometers large resort community, and this resort community, that is, I mean Suma Bay, it use the ERP system, and thereby it supports all internal operations, including their operations, their HR, their finance, their marketing activities. And here there are some case study questions. So this is a part of the case study. Then our supply, with respect to supply chain, actually we have another issue, that is global supply chain issue. Supply chain, domestic firms have their supply chain, and the international firms or the multinational companies, they must have their supply chain. And the supply chain of these multinational companies or companies engaging in international business have some specific issues which are relevant with their global operations. Like one is the global supply chain typically span greater geographic distance and time differences, and it is more complex in pricing issues because there is a matter of local taxes, transportation, and also the exchange rate, uh, because the currency will be converted into other currency. In that case, exchange is another part, and foreign government regulations. And internet helps companies manage many aspects of global supply chain, like the major so supply chain areas related to sourcing, their transportation, their communications, and their international finance. And this supply chain management has different formats, and these various formats are based on companies' strategy of their supply chain. Like these options are push based model, it is build to stock, another is pull based model. This is demand driven supply chain. Another is sequential supply chain and concurrent supply chain. The push based model actually it is most traditional model of a supply chain or production. You forecast the demand first, and on the basis of your forecast, you manufacture the goods and you schedule your production to meet the anticipated demand, and you manufacture in huge quantity of inventory you are to prepare at the beginning and throughout the period, I mean yearly or quarterly or half yearly, these goods will be sold to the customers as you have an earlier demand forecast. And this is traditional system, and this push based model, it is no longer working in this first changing competitive business world. That's why now organizations are relying more on alternative model, and that is called pool based model. This pool based model actually customer order trigger event in supply. That is, you whenever you receive an order, this order will be notified using your supply chain system. Also, it is linked with the ERP. As a result, all the functional departments will be activated instantly, and they will make it in a deliverable still, make the order in a deliverable still in the very shortest time, and the customers will get the product in the promised delivery time. And this is called, this system is also known as lean production system. Lean production system, that is organizations using uh, all facilities for processing products, but they are maintaining almost zero inventory, and they are also implementing the other uh, modern production systems, uh, and this is more profitable than the conventional push-based model. Under the conventional push-based model, a firm will manufacture all items it sells, and over the time it will receive order from customers, it will deliver. But it is not likely because now things are changing very rapidly, and customers' requirement, customers' specification, their demand changes. As a result, the traditional push system is no more working, but it is working in some specific situations, like in essential commodities. This traditional push based model is, but this push based model is very costly, because initially you have to procure all raw materials, you have to procure all other necessary resources, and you have to manufacture in large volume, and over the period your product will be sold. So it is uh, time consuming, and it is uncertain, and because of the uncertainty in demand, actually sometimes a large portion of your goods will remain unsold or will not be sold, and in that case you have to go on push sales, ধরে ধরে জোর করে লোকের কাছে বিক্রি করতে হবে, and sometimes you have to reduce your prices substantially to attract more customers for sales. But this pull-based model is now more uh, appealing to the large manufacturers, and they are using this. They actually they have the arrangement of all facilities, but when an order is received, they manufacture it and they deliver it. And sequential supply chain means information and material flow sequentially from company to company. This is, and concurrent supply chain, it is information flow in many directions simultaneously among members of a supply chain network. অর্থাৎ একই সময় বিভিন্ন দিক থেকে ইনফরমেশন তাদের কাছে আসতে পারে, এবং সেটাকে তারা তাদের প্রয়োজনীয় যে তাদের প্রোডাকশন শিডিউল থেকে শুরু করে ইনভেন্টরি লেভেল, their transportation, their warehousing, সবকিছুর জন্য তারা সেভাবে management করে। And the supply chain management, it has some value for business or some advantages for businesses, because business now they are operating in a competitive business world, and in the competitive world actually you must be very much uh, effective and efficient, I mean very smart in dealing with your customers, in handling your suppliers, and also maintaining good relationship with your other valuable stakeholders. And the supply chain management, it supports an organization in some areas, and it has some valuable business value, like number one, mass supply to demand. The demand and supply, this must be matched. That is, if there is excess supply, and that will be a losing situation for the company, because huge product will remain unsold. Or if there is excess demand, there will be some losing of this opportunity. You could not utilize the emerging opportunity of huge demand because of your inappropriate demand forecasting. But the supply chain overcome many of this demand uncertainty. That's why it matches supply and demand. Reduce inventory level. The inventory level, that is, inventory investment involves huge amount of fund being tied to inventory, and organizations now they try to reduce their inventory level to the minimum level, so that their inventory investment could be at the minimum level. As a result, they can save their inventory cost and improve delivery service. Delivery service improvement is a prerequisite for attracting your customers and retaining your customers, because customers look for quick delivery, and that quick delivery, it is the utmost responsibility of the marketing department, and marketing department tries to deliver the goods according to the customer's requirement, but it is supported by the supply chain management. And speed product time to market, that is speed cycle time, a concept and a concept to the product development, design and development, then it is manufactured and it is introduced to the market. And this time can be reduced substantially if the company has the supply chain system, because the supply chain management allows the firm to contact all the concerned suppliers instantly, and very quickly they can assemble all the raw materials, or sometime the various suppliers act as their outsource partner. The সাপ্লায়াররা তাদের প্রোডাক্টের একটা বিরাট অংশ তারাই সেখানে প্রসেস করে নিয়ে আসে, the firm is simply assemble them and make them deliverable to the customers, and use assets more effectively. It is operational efficiency is enhanced, because with the various facilities, assets like their facilities, their warehouses, their vehicles, their plants, all are part of the supply chain driver. It will come supply chain driver, and these drivers are nothing some assets, valuable assets, fixed assets, and these fixed assets can be utilized properly if they have an effective supply chain management, and reduce supply chain costs lead to increased profitability, and also it enhance the company's sales, because they can produce very quickly. Because of the efficiency of the supply chain, a firm can manufacture goods very quickly and can reduce the lead time. You know lead time? What is lead time? বলতে পারেন কেউ lead time টা কি?
স্যার একটা প্রোডাক্ট তৈরি হওয়া থেকে আরেকটা প্রোডাক্ট তৈরি হওয়ার মাঝখানে যে গ্যাপটা থাকে বা একটা সার্ভিস দেওয়া থেকে আরেকটা সার্ভিস দেওয়ার মাঝখানে
হ্যাঁ,
যে গ্যাপটা এইটা
এইটা
লিখতে
এটা আসলে এটা হলো যেমন আমি আই এম এ কাস্টমার, আই অর্ডার ফর এ আইটেম টু এ সেলার, and after giving the order, they will receive my order, they will process it, and they will deliver it. So in the process, the time that I have to wait for getting the product from placing an order to receiving the goods, and that time is called lead time. So this effective supply chain allows firm to reduce their lead time, and lead time reduction is a prerequisite for businesses success, because the customers are now looking for very quick delivery. এবং এটা এভাবে বলা হয় যে at an internet speed, যে ঘরে বসে আমি যদি ক্লিক করি তাহলে সব যেন আমার সামনে চলে আসে, এবং সে চলে আসলে আমরা মনে করি যে অর্ডারটা দিল ঠিক এত দ্রুত টাইমে আমাদের চলে আসবে। মানে কাস্টমার্স নাও আর নো মোর in a position to wait for long time. They are waiting very few moment actually after placing the order. They want it very as soon as possible, and that's why reducing the lead time is a prerequisite for business success, and successful supply chain management helps the firm to reduce this lead time. A lead time কমানো সম্ভব হয় যদি তাদের সাপ্লাই চেইন ম্যানেজমেন্টটা থাকে। And here the internet driven supply chain, that is a network of all suppliers, and it is the post industrial network and net marketplaces. Here organizations, they have many outsiders like suppliers, the manufacturer, distributor, retailer, customers, and the customers and the organization and suppliers, they are now connected in the form of a network of various uh, parties, and these parties are actually connected with the internet services, and these internet services include these supply chain and other business applications. And this is our third application, and this third application, customer relationship management, CRM. This is CRM systems. So first we learn about the enterprise resource planning or enterprise system. Then we learn about the supply chain management, and now it is our third application, and this third application is about customer relationship management. This customer relationship management, it is a marketing issue or marketing related matter, because marketing is responsible for attracting customers and retaining the customers and creating their loyalty. And the CRM, it allows a firm to attain these priority goals of the marketing department, or in a sense of the whole organization. And this CRM, its main essence is you know your customers. Know your customer. This is the common philosophy as know thyself, that was first introduced by Socrates. You know yourself, who you are. Similarly, now in business world, a business is driven by a philosophy. That philosophy is that know your business and know who are your customers. And in order to know your customers and who are your most valuable customers, they are to be identified, and those valuable customers must be treated exceptionally so that they will retain with you for a long time. And this marketing philosophy is implemented traditionally in our country via a traditional ritual, and that ritual is known as হাল খাতা। আমরা জানি যে পহেলা বৈশাখ, তাই না, যে বৎসরের প্রথম দিন, এটা আমাদের দেশে এখন একটা বিরাট উৎসব, তাই না? এটা আসলে আসলে এটা একটা ইকোনমিক আমাদের বিজনেসে দিয়ে, যে বিজনেস তার কাস্টমার সবাইকে ইনভাইট করে সেদিন, এবং সব কাস্টমাররা আসে, তাদেরকে এন্টারটেইন করা হয়, এবং যারা ধারে তার কাছে পণ্য নিয়েছে তাদেরকে বলা হয় যে ভাই তুমি কিছু রিপে করো, দেন ইউর অ্যাকাউন্ট উইল রিওপেন। If you repay, make some repayment, then you will enjoy the same facilities, that is purchasing on credit from us in the upcoming year. Then customers, since they are entertained by the firm, as a result, they feel themselves that they are recognized, so they are committed to stay with the company. So this is a traditional rituals in our country or in the subcontinent, that to retain the customers through these rituals. And this ritual, it was reinvented by the Westerners in the name of CRM. মানে আমাদের দেশে প্রচলিত এই ব্যবস্থাটাকেই ওয়েস্টার্নাররা এটার নাম দিয়েছে কাস্টমার রিলেশনশিপ ম্যানেজমেন্ট। দ্যাট ইজ, you are to maintain a good relationship with your customer, and customer are the king of the organization. So an organization being the subject to serve the customer in the possible manner that will make the customers satisfied. And when in the internet age or in the digital era, it is done using the information technology or information system, then it is named as CRM. So CRM, it is a philosophy, that is a firm is to know its customers, is to maintain an intimate relationship with the customers, and is to retain the most valuable customers for their sustained benefit, long-term success of the company. The company customer প্রত্যেকই মূল্যবান, all customers are valuable, but some customers are more valuable because they purchase more and more of your goods. So those most valuable customers are to be identified and are to be retained, because this customer will buy your goods in large volume. As a result, your firm will be making good revenue, that is substantial revenue from this. And also you are to create a volume or large customer base who are mainly loyal to your brand name. And this is done now using the computer system or the software, and that is CRM. And this CRM system capture and integrate customer data from all over the organization, consolidate and analyze customer data, that is, they analyze customer data to assess their buying habits, how many times they purchase goods from you and in how much quantity, and distribute customers information to various systems and customer touch point across enterprise. That is, all customers uh, relevant information will be available to all the point of sales, to all the units of the company where their goods or services are offered for sale, and providing single enterprise view of customer. That is, a customer will have similar appreciation or similar uh, assessment centrally, and all units, all point of sales, or all other access point or purchase point will have same views regarding the customer. And it is done with this 5 application clusters. The customer relationship management system, it has this 5 application cluster. These application include number 1, contact and account management. Contact and account management, that is primarily a company contact its potential customers and also open accounts for all customers. That is, each customer will give an ID containing customers' detail. And through this customer ID, a customer database will be created, and all relevant information of customers will be stored there. Then it involves the other activities. Second, that is sales. That is marketing department. Its main objective is to increase sales, and these sales can be enhanced in two ways. One is cross sales, another is upsells. Cross sale, that is you sell uh, to your existing customers with other product. যে প্রোডাক্ট আমরা সেল করছি সেটার সাথে সাথে আরো অন্যান্য প্রোডাক্টও তাকে আমরা তার কাছে নিয়ে গেলাম, and those products are also made available to them so that they can purchase easily. And upsells means selling the same product in more volumes to the customers. So the CRM system, through its application modules, actually these selling options, how these cross sales or upsells would be enhanced, that is included. Then it is more important part of the CRM is the marketing and fulfillment. In the marketing and fulfillment application of the CRM, customers, they are offered goods or services, and they are from them orders are received and processed, and according to their orders or according to their specifications, the goods are delivered to them. This is fulfillment. And after the selling of the goods, the customers require various services, and those customer services and supports are to be provided, and that is also provided by the CRM system. And retention and loyalty program, actually through the retention and loyalty program, you know your customers, who are your most valuable customers, they are to be identified, and you try to retain them. In marketing, there is a common principle is that it is better to retain one existing customer than attracting 5 new customers. অর্থাৎ 5 জন নতুন কাস্টমার অ্যাট্রাক্ট করা চাইতে আমার এক্সিস্টিং কাস্টমার ধরে রাখাটা এটা অনেক বেশি লাভজনক। মার্কেটিং এর এটা একটা মানে তাদের গাইডলাইন। কারণ হলো যে আসলে এক নতুন কাস্টমার ফার্স্ট টাইম ইফ দে কাম and visit and they make some purchase, actually in that case you are to give more benefit to them in terms of price reduction, in terms of entertaining them, or in terms of giving more time to them. তাদেরকে সময় দিতে হয় বেশি, তাদেরকে একটু অনেক কম দামে তাদের কাছে ফার্স্ট টাইম ছেড়ে দিতে হয় জিনিসটা, এবং তাদেরকে একটু বেশি এন্টারটেইন করতে হয়। এতে করে কিন্তু অনেক কস্ট বেশি। বাট দ্য এক্সিস্টিং কাস্টমার, দোজ হু আর ওল্ড কাস্টমার, with them you have a good relation, and because of the relation they naturally they will buy more and more of your product. That's why it is better to retain your valuable existing customers. So you try to retain the existing customers, and this existing customer retention could be enhanced by recognizing them, who are your valued customers, and also giving them some extra. And this something extra could be in the form of price reduction, or some facilities, or some complementary supports to them. The customer, or এই জন্য দেখবেন যে আজকাল কাস্টমারকে ভাগ করে এইভাবে অর্ডিনারি কাস্টমার, দেন সিলভার কাস্টমার, গোল্ডেন কাস্টমার, ডায়মন্ড কাস্টমার, লাইফ লং প্লাটিনাম কাস্টমার. So these are various attribution to the customers, and on the basis of this actually customers are treated. Those who are the golden customers, they will enjoy always, suppose, a 5% or 10% discount on their purchases, or they will enjoy some privilege from the company, or they will enjoy some complimentary goods, কিছু complimentary goods তাদেরকে দেওয়া হয়। এই যে জিনিসগুলো, এগুলো আপনি দেখবেন যে এখন অনেক সার্ভিস অর্গানাইজেশন they are treating their customers in this manner. So how they are doing it? The cell phone operators, If you use Banglalink for long time or GP for long time and you use talk time, then they will ascribe you as their golden customer. And you will enjoy some advantages from them. So this is as a result of their CRM application, because the CRM allows them to track the all customers record. It is not possible to track all records manually, because in the manual system, if you track the records of customers purchases, and at the end of the time, if you want to know who are your most valuable customers, it will take long time, and in that case actually your customer recognition, customer tracking and recognition cost will be too much higher. But if you use these softwares, I mean this customer relationship management, that will allow you to keep track of them, because these softwares have their some analytical capabilities, and with these analytics easily you can identify who are your valuable customers, and in this way you can serve them in the most possible manner. So this is CRM, and this CRM also enjoy use softwares, and in the CRM now the two part are also included. Like at the beginning of the chapter, I introduced the uh, application architecture of these various business applications, architecture of these applications, where we have shown separately as KMS and PRM, knowledge management system and partner. Now, most of this CRM include this ERM and PRM. PRM means partner relationship management, and ERM, employee relationship management. So in the partner relationship management, it is an integrated lead generation, pricing, promotion, order configuration, availability system, and it is a tool for assessing partners' performance. Partners means not the traditional business owner partner. It is actually various important outside business organization, those who are working collaboratively with a company, and that company treat them as their partner. For example, a company has a business development partner, that is in developing a new product or new process. Actually, they are relying on some external organization. They are their partner. Some partners, like their product promotion partner, an advertising firm is a promotion partner, or a transportation company can act as their distribution partner, or a financing company can be their financing partner. So partners means all outside organizations who are working in collaboration with a company for mutual benefits. So with these partners, you can also these partners now. One important term is associated with these partners. This is called strategic alliance. Strategic alliance means a company's valuable agreement with a third party or with another company who will work together for some long-term strategic benefits. And ERM, enterprise resource employee relationship management, sorry, this is for the setting objectives, employee performance management, performance-based compensation, employee training. So it is more or less related with the HR function, HRIS, Human Resource Information System. Is so the CRM has some options for getting these HR related services, including the employee performance management, who are good performers, who are the best performers, and based on the performance, also the employees are rewarded, they are compensated, they are promoted, and underperformer will be given the time to improve their performance through training or other development programs, or if they fail, then they are not retained by the company, that the company is bound to separate them or X them from the company. So this is ERM, employee relationship management. So now with the CRM, this PRM and ERM are also tied with these softwares. And CRM packages typically include tools for Salesforce automation, their customer services, their marketing. Actually, you recall I introduced 5 application clusters: contact management or account management, second sales, third marketing and fulfillment, fourth services, and fifth the recognition and reward system. Actually, all are under the CRM, but some specific uh, tools are included in the CRM, like Salesforce automation. That is, sales people are given the IT support or various devices so that they can be connected with the company websites or databases, and as a result, all their activities can be easily tracked or monitored. Customer service, that is assigning and managing customer service request and web-based self-service capabilities. That is, sometimes the customers can himself or also log into the customer or company's web base, and easily they can get access to many services. And marketing, that is capturing prospect and customer data, scheduling and tracking direct marketing and mailing or email. And here, this is a diagram that shows the responses by channel. January, it is a study from 2011, the promotional campaign. In the promotional campaign, there is direct mail, telephone, web, email, and cell phone text messages. And the telephone, it is the largest. Uh, the direct mail, it is 29.2%. The web, it is about 16%. Or email, it is about 17.3%. And cell phone text message, it is 6.7%. And this proportion of this web, email, and other uh, devices are increasing day by day. Now, the result will be more in the case of this web application or email or cell phone text message. এগুলো এখন আগের থেকে আরো বাড়বে। And CRM software capability, that is CRM, support these 3 major activities of the organization: is sales, marketing, and services. And within these various categories, like sales in the sales account management, lead management, order management, sales planning, then field sales or sales analytics. In the marketing, there are campaign management, channel promotion management, event management, market planning, or marketing operations or marketing analytics. And in the service, actually, the major activities include service delivery, customer satisfaction management, or returns management, service planning, call center and help desk, and service analytics. So the entire customer relationship management primarily support these 3. In addition to this, now the PRM and ERM are also added to this CRM. Here, CRM softwares, they are operational CRM and some analytical software. As you look at the list here, with all these functions, there is an analytics. Analytics means you are to analyze the performance of sales or marketing or services, and these are done with this analytical CRM. And operational CRM that perform various customer related services. The customer facing application is the tools for Salesforce automation, call center and customer service, marketing automation. And analytical CRM that analyze customer data output from operational CRM application. অর্থাৎ আমাদের সেলস ফোর্সটা কতটুকু সেল করলো সেই ডেটা আছে, সেই ডেটা অ্যানালাইজ করে আমরা দেখতে পাবো যে আসলে আমার কোন মার্কেটে বেশি সেল হচ্ছে, কোন রিজিয়নে বেশি সেল হচ্ছে, বা কোন ক্যাটাগরি কাস্টমার্স দে আর বাইং ইন লার্জ ভলিউম, বা হুইচ sales force or which sales team or which regional team they are making good success in their sales. This can be uh, analyzed and assessed using this analytical CRM. So the CRM, it has also two part. One is the operational CRM and the analytical CRM. And this CRM, it has also some immense business value. আমরা দেখি যে the enterprise resource planning has some business value. The supply chain management has some benefits or business value. And this customer relationship management also offers a set of business value to the contemporary business firms, and these includes number of increased customer satisfaction, reduce direct marketing cost, more effective marketing, lower cost for customer acquisition and retention, increased sales revenue, and reduced churn rate. Churn rate is the number of customers who stop using or purchase product or service from a company. অর্থাৎ কারা আপনার সাথে কেনা বন্ধ করে দিচ্ছে বা কারা আপনার সাথে দীর্ঘদিন আছে, এই জিনিস এটাকে আমরা চার্ন রেট বলি, ইন্ডিকেটর অফ গ্রোথ অর ডিক্লাইন অফ ফার্মস কাস্টমার বেস। এখন if a company is to reap the benefits of customer intimacy relationship or customer relationship, then it must introduce these customer relationship management systems. And additionally, without the information system supported devices like these CRM softwares, many small farms have their CRM system. আমরা দেখি আমার শহরে আমি একজন ডাক্তারকে দেখতাম, হোমিওপ্যাথি ডাক্তার, খুব নাম করা, তার ট্রিটমেন্টটা ছিল, সেটা বিশাল খাতা নিত, খাতার মধ্যে কিন্তু তার কাছে যেই যেত, হ্যাঁ, ওই কাস্টমারের ওই পেশেন্টের একটা নাম্বার সে দিয়ে দিত, যে সিরিয়াল নাম্বার, এবং সে কবে আসছে এই খাতা, এবং এটা তার একটা লোক বসে বসে এই কাজটা করতো। এখন সেই যে কাজটা ছোটবেলা আমরা তার কাছে ঠান্ডা ঠান্ডা লাগলে বা কিছু লাগলে তার কাছে ওষুধ আনতাম, তার ওষুধ বেশ কাজ করতো, এবং সে ছিল আমার এক ফ্রেন্ডেরই দাদু। তো ওনার কাছে আমরা প্রয়োজনে যেতাম, গেলে আর দেখতাম যে সে মানুষ, প্রচুর মানুষ চিনত, কারণ তার কাছে যারাই পেশেন্ট একবার গিয়ে যেত, তার বিশাল ভলিউম খাতার মধ্যে কিন্তু সে সবার নাম লিখে লিখে কবে আসছে, হ্যাঁ, আবার যে হোমিওপ্যাথি ওষুধের যে প্যাকেট দেয় ছোট ছোট ওইটার উপরে আবার তার আইডি নাম্বার লিখে সবকিছু দিত, এই সিস্টেমেটিক্যালি সে কাজটা করতো। That was actually the function of the customer relationship management, but that was totally manual system. A manual system কিন্তু CRM অনেকে করে থাকেন, because those who realize the importance of their customers, they must try to retain their customers and also try to increase their customers number or size. The customer সংখ্যা দিন দিন বাড়ছে কিনা, কিংবা তার কাস্টমাররা তার সাথে থাকে কিনা, নাকি একজন একবার আসে তো চলে যায়, এই যে একবার আসে চলে যায় এই রেটটাকে আমরা বলি, যেমন আমরা এমপ্লয়ির ক্ষেত্রে বলি এমপ্লয়ি টার্ন ওভার রেট, আর ইন কেস অফ কাস্টমার্স উই টার্ন ইট এ চার্ন রেট। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য রেট অ্যাট হুইচ কাস্টমার্স আর লিভিং, যে কাস্টমাররা চলে যাচ্ছে, অর্থাৎ আসছে আবার চলে যাচ্ছে, সেই রেটটা কমানো যায়। অর্থাৎ ইউ ক্যান অফার those customers who are leaving or who are not coming to you for a long time, you can appeal to them with some offers, special offers or packages, or try to get them back with your farm, and that is enabled in the contemporary business. It is now possible using this business softwares, application softwares, that is CRM. And enterprise application, its opportunities and challenges. This is the last part of this chapter. আমাদের এই চ্যাপ্টারের শেষ অংশ এটা, যে actually all the business applications have reduced business operating costs substantially. That is true, or they are enabling business processes in more accurate manner. That is also true, or they are retaining, able to attract more customers, able to reduce their processing costs, or able to perform all internal business processes very swiftly, or they can dramatically reduce their processing cost or operation cost. But despite all these benefits offered by these various business applications, there are some challenges ahead still, and these challenges include number one, these applications are highly expensive to purchase and implement. Here is an example around 3.5 million to over $12 million. In our country, the acquisition of an ERP software involves few million taka, minimum 10 lakh taka or more. Initially, it was more costly, but now the costs are reducing day by day. So it is the general trends of all technology-based products. The IT product যা কিছু আমরা দেখি যে শুরুতে যে কস্ট সেটা ধীরে ধীরে কমে, but still they are very costly, and there is a need of technological changes, and without their changes, if you implement the information, various applications of the information systems, that will be an abortive efforts to produce your desired outcome. And business process changes. This is important. These business process changes require a business process re-engineering. You have to fundamentally change all the existing business processes to make them compatible with this new system. And that business process re-engineering, it is a complex job because the entire business activities are to be remodeled, and that also involve huge cost. Another challenge is that organizational changes. Organizational changes, that means you have to change in your people first. You have to change your organizational structure. There is a need for changing the organizational structure. And there is also a need to change in the people's mindset or organizational culture. That is, this is the most daunting challenge to the organization, or the most challenging part, to let people understand that this new system will be beneficial for all, including the organization itself, for the departments, and for the people working there. But we see there are huge resistance to change among the people because they have some fear of losing their jobs. For example, if an organization introduces ERP, so many of the clerical routine works will be eliminated. So those who are engaged with these jobs, actually they will strongly resist it. We don't want this new system because this system will take away our jobs and will become jobless and will be no more required by the organization. And there will be also some vested quarters in the organization who will strongly oppose the new system because this new system prevents them from taking advantage of the existing system. যে তারা যে এক্সিস্টিং সিস্টেমের যে সুবিধা বা কিছু অ্যাডভান্টেজ তারা পায়, হয়তো যে কাজে ফাঁকি দেওয়া বা লেটে আসা বা তারা কাজ না করেও কিন্তু তাদের অনারিয়াম বা ওয়েজেস পাওয়া, এই জিনিসগুলো কিন্তু আর সম্মানীয় হবে না। তো এখন এই কারণে তারাও এটা রেজিস্ট করবে। এই কারণে আমরা রেজিস্ট্যান্স টু চেঞ্জ, এটা অনেকটা মানে বড় চ্যালেঞ্জ। দিস ইজ দ্য গ্রেটেস্ট চ্যালেঞ্জ ফর a firm that wants to introduce this system, and in that case you need to make them understand that this system will be beneficial and it will not make them unemployed, বা তাদের যারা আনএমপ্লয়েড হতে পারে তাদেরকে অন্য কোনো কিছুতে অ্যাবজর্ব করে দিতে হবে। they must be absorbed in other jobs, or they must be given training to improve their new skills, or to adjust themselves with the new technologies. As a result, they will be absorbed and their fear of losing job will be no more. And switching cost dependence on software vendors, actually it is your excessive dependence on, because software development has many options. One option is your in-house development, and that is costly because you must have a set of uh, IT experts, qualified person, a skilled person to build this system, new system, or you are to purchase it from the outside vendors. And in most cases, we see the clients are dependent on these vendors. And data integration management cleansing, that is all relevant data and of the press data all should be brought into standardized form to make them uh, compatible with your software. So these are some major challenges to implement these uh, new business application softwares. And if a firm fail to do this, actually, then the system will not produce the desired result. Because without a rigorous analysis and without training to the employees, or without changing to the organization structure, or without changing to the people's mindset, actually, if these systems are introduced, that will not be profitable, or that will not produce any good result. Rather, that will be a uh, burden or liability for the organization. And we see there are many records of failure of this system. In some cases, we see these ERP fails, or the CRM fails, or the SCM fails. And all the failures are mainly due to recognizing the challenges. So you have to identify the challenges first, and you have to find the solutions to overcome these challenges. And once all these are done in a moderate to standardized way, then if you apply any of these application, that will generate, or that will produce good results. So this is all about you, chapter number 9. And now I am giving a break for 20 minutes. And after the break, I will start our new chapter, and that is chapter number 10. আমরা ব্রেকের পরে চ্যাপ্টার 10টা একটু শুরু করব। তাহলে আমরা একটা ব্রেক এখন দিচ্ছি।
জি স্যার।
ওকে স্যার।
স্যার
ওকে স্যার, তাহলে আমরা পড়া শুরু করতে পারি এখন?
হ্যালো, 11টা 10-এ আমরা শুরু করব। 11টা 10-এ।
স্যার কি আছেন?
চয়েস করে আমাদের